Welcome to What's Cooking. My name is Ercole, and my assistant is Maureen.
Hello.
She's my favorite. And I have here a recipe that I stole from my mother many, many years ago, and it's called meat Genovese style. And you can use either beef, chicken, or pork, either one. And today we are going to show how that's done. And
Okay.
Maureen?
Turn on the burner. And we're going to just take the pan off the cover.
So we're going to use some oil, olive oil.
We have a cast iron type pan, so we're letting that get a little warm so it begins to get a crust on it. And a little olive oil.
A little more. Okay, so that's extra virgin olive oil. With the extra virgin olive oil, the best thing is not to use a very high flame, because it actually, believe it or not, it changed the molecular structure of the oil. So we do to a medium, maybe as much as medium high if you're in a hurry, but otherwise medium is the best flame intensity.
Okay.
So now we're going to wait for a second that the oil gets warm. Then we have the meat over here, which is beef in our case, and that's cut thin. This way it will cook a little faster, and that's also a little easier to eat.
So did you have the roast cut? You bought a roast and had it cut in thin slices?
Well, that could be done, but I was lucky. At the store, they already have some of the steaks they call bracciola style, and they are perfect for this kind of dish. Just like also if you get the chicken, the white meat chicken in thin slices, or pork in thin slices.
So you can, you can make do with. I usually end up buying the roast and cutting it myself, or buying pork roast and cutting it so that I have the sizes that I want.
That's right. You can choose your own size.
Okay, well, all the oil is starting to get a little warm.
Okay, so we can probably start.
This is on a medium high.
Okay, let's see if we can.
Okay.
Before, one thing we don't like to have is
your fork.
Oh, that's right. Let's take a fork. Two. Or we might have to do it more than one.
Yeah. Only so much fits in the pan.
Yes. Okay, that's the first one, first four. We got a few of them to do. And the meat being cut thin, another reason is that the vegetables that we put in, the potato, okay, it has to be cooked too. The tomatoes, if you buy the tomatoes in a can, they are already pre-cooked and all that, so it doesn't require so much attention as the fresh tomato they're getting from the garden, that you make sure that you peel it off. There is a certain technique to peel them off, like you immerse for a second or two in a boiling water, take it out, and the peel comes right off. So, and then you can use that one, but it's, I personally prefer that.
So you can use canned tomatoes, diced tomatoes in the can. You can use fresh tomatoes. Use what you have.
That's right.
So in the summertime, when you have an abundance of tomatoes from your tomato plant, this is an awesome recipe to use them in.
Yes. And this, if it's necessary, considering that this time we have a good amount of meat, so we may end up adding a little bit more oil, because as the meat cooks, the oil gets with the meat, so by the time we're done, we might not have any olive oil in it. If it's necessary, then it's a judgment call.
Now, you don't have to overcook the meat now, because you're going to end up putting everything back in the pan.
Back
so
in
you're
the pan.
Just browning the meat.
Just make sure, yes, that they are, see, they're still pink. So, and from the time that the meat is ready, and you put all the other ingredients in, what happens is that the meat is going to get well done. And that's important because this is not a dish that has to have a meat that's rare or something like that. It has to be cooked. Well done.
Okay, so while you're cooking the meat, what else are we going to do?
Okay,
We
probably
got potatoes here.
Yeah, that one potato to be peeled.
So we have russet potatoes that we're using, and I've chopped up some ahead of time, and I'm gonna go ahead and peel this one so that we have it. And I also have another one in there to cut up to add to this while the meat cuts. So this is why it's good to have somebody that you're cooking with, because that way you're not the only one who's doing this.
Yes, this is good. Kitchen, it's nice to be in two persons.
Yes.
It's so efficient. It's it makes the persons a little closer.
My son loves to cook with me and asks, "Mommy, when can we do a show?" And I'm like, "What do you want to make? We can work whatever you want to make." To do it, he likes cooking in the kitchen because you get a chance to talk. You're doing something that you guys like together.
Yes, and I think the kitchen is a strategical room in the house, probably the most important room, at the same level as the bathroom. So we have the kitchen is, as Maureen says, get people closer.
You come together.
And if you have your children in the kitchen, it's even better because they're going to learn other things beside the cooking. They're going to learn from mom and dad how to act and what to do if something goes wrong in the kitchen, because the kitchen is not always a smooth operation. So, and that is a good thing. It's almost like a teacher for the family.
Okay, now the reason that I have the potatoes soaking in water is so they don't turn brown. Sometimes when you're prepping the potatoes ahead of time, just like a banana, with the air, it just begins to oxidize. So what we do is we just put them in water, and right before we go to use them, I'll drain this water because we're not going to add that, so that we just get the potatoes. Let me just get rid of this because we don't need the cutting board and the knife anymore.
Okay, so.
And those seem to be cooking up real quick.
Yes, thanks to the fact that they are thin. I could have bought something not as thin, but then.
This almost looks like a steak that you would use for like my mother used to cook it, like a steak sandwich.
Yes.
Just a piece of flat steak, which is good.
So far with the oil, we're doing okay.
Oh no, it looks like there's plenty of space in here that can be done.
All right. Okay, so.
Now, do you cook a lot with the cast iron? I love using my cast iron.
I like cast iron, yes. It gives you more control of what you're cooking due to the length of the time you have to cook it. Therefore, if for some reason a person that cooks gets distracted, then what it does is that distraction is not going to be an heavy toll on the cooking because it takes a longer time. So there are two sides of the medal. One that takes more time, the other one that you're safer on cooking. So it's just a little bit of give and take.
I like using my cast iron on the stove, and I will saute like a little bit of steak. And what I like about it is it goes right in the oven.
Yes.
You can cook with it on the barbecue.
Yes.
I've done that. I've even used it, if you turn it, depending on the size of the pan, of course, upside down. You can even use it in the oven for making a little pizza. So you take this, and this is with, not this, I wouldn't do it with this one because of the wooden handle, but mine is all cast iron. So I've taken it, and if you heat it up, and it works almost like a stone, like a pizza stone in the oven.
Yes.
Which is great because it
Yeah.
toasts whatever you have.
Oh, yes, and this is that's even though they have what they call a drawback that those pans are very heavy.
They are heavy, but
But
they're well worth it. I have
yes,
a nice set of them.
I completely agree 100%. And I
Those are
gotta
cooking up great.
yes, it's because then the fact that they are thin, we don't have to wait so long because it's only a matter of barely searing them. So we got more.
Oh, I just saw it all.
Okay, we are almost done with the first operation. Got one more round after this one. Okay. Well, it seems like that the oil is behaving.
Yeah, well, you get a little bit of the juice from the meat, so it's not searing in the pan, but it is simmering.
Yes.
Which is nice.
Well, so now this is one of those dishes that when you're cooking it, you're actually producing a very strong aroma. You can smell it all the way out of the kitchen. That's why we closed the door over there. We don't want people running in. Okay.
All right, because you have one more. I'm going to take these over to the kitchen and just drain them.
it, yes.
It's going to take me a
Thank
second.
you, Maureen. See, that's why she's the best. Okay, and this is one. We have one more round, and we are done with the meat. Then we're going to put the meat back, and we put the potatoes, we put the tomatoes, and we are all set. Okay. And today, for the occasion, I have my disgruntled Italian hat.
Oh, I did.
That's for the people in case they didn't notice it.
Because we don't need this.
Okay, so that's... Okay. See, my mother was, it's gone now since 2012.
Oh.
I don't think she ever thought that her recipe, one day, it would be on television.
My mother used to make recipes, and some of my kids will ask me for them. And believe it or not, they're so simple. As you know, I've made the macaroni and cheese here before.
Mm-hmm.
But one of their
delicious.
other favorites is American chop suey. And I'm like, why? Why? It's so basic and so easy.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, your mother added special ingredients. And I'm like, I know. I don't know how other people make it. To me, it's just made simple.
Okay, so let's put this one back in now.
And then we're going to need...
Please return this one in here.
I'm just pulling these a little closer because I just want to be able to reach them for them. Do you want me to hold that? You can just pour it in?
Yes, thank you.
That
Maybe
way
I
it
can
makes it
slide them right
Yeah.
in.
Just makes it a little easier.
Yes.
And again, this will be a little bit different if you're using chicken breast. If you use pork cutlets, and you can buy the thin pork cutlets, which is good.
Yes.
And you're not Have to use beef.
Okay. Now we have quite a bit of meat in here. We can throw this one in. Those are what's in here are those 2 cans over here. Okay, as Maureen said previously, you can use any kind.
Okay, so these are hand crushed tomatoes. You can use diced tomatoes. You can use real tomatoes. They just want a little bit of a chunkiness in them.
Yes.
So that's why you got the crushed, that's why they have the crushed tomatoes. Okay, I'll take this because we don't want this.
And then we throw this one in.
Got it.
Okay. And now we'll okay.
Now, do you need the cover now?
It's immaterial, but probably to keep the other guys to come in, that they're gonna smell the nice aroma. So we keep them out by keeping the cover on it.
Okay. How long is this going to take to cook?
It's in this case, it might take more than 20 minutes, probably somewhere a half hour, because due to the volume of the pot and all that stuff.
It is a full pot.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to keep it on a medium heat?
Yes, medium or medium high.
And that's just what it is?
In case it gets dry, then the moisture and the water, it evaporates, so we can add more water into it.
If we need it, yes. We got plenty from the tomatoes because of the tomatoes that you've used.
Yes.
Okay,
so
we're going to take a minute, let this cook, and we'll be right back with you.
Welcome back to What's Cooking. We are on the process of cooking our beef Genovese style, and next to me is my favorite, Maureen.
Hello.
And right now we are going to put in the spices.
Okay, let's take off the cover and just check on the cookness of it, the wellness.
You need any?
The potatoes and.
So they're all.
How are we doing?
I think we're doing okay. So we're gonna put in some parsley now. This parsley was previously frozen, and it won't make any difference. The quality is always as high as it can be, because it's
So what we did is we freshly froze it out of the garden, and he has it in his freezer, so that when he does need parsley and basil and so forth, he can just take it out and use it.
And then the same for the basil. So right now I'm going to break up by hand those big leaves. So and then
smells delicious.
Thank you. When my mother was cooking these things, she was catching the attention of neighbors. Say, "What are you cooking, Nancy?" And she says, "I'm cooking the usual." So, and after this one, we're going to put in some cheese.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick these up because we don't need them. We're all done. And that way we're going to grab the cheese. Let me just stick these over on the counter.
Okay, and we're going to put in also, additionally, we put in some oregano.
And this has slowly just been simmering for about a half an hour or so.
Yes. And it's going to be everything fine. I actually wasn't thinking to cook this much, but sometimes, just like usually happen in the Italian household, you always have 4 or 5 or 6 people, and you cook for 20.
We always
That's
have extras.
the idea.
You're always supposed to have extras. And if a neighbor comes or a friend comes, you always offer them food, especially with those kind of households. I always have extras. If we have 4 people, I cook for like 6 and 8, just in case, especially for a holiday.
That's right. Holidays are a fun time, and they are nice. They are where memories are created.
Yep.
And other other things too,
Okay, so
like,
we're just going to put the cheese in on top?
yes, would you
Okay.
give me,
We're just going to spread this all around. This is going to make it nice and creamy.
mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Okay. So now that this is done,
I'll take this and
thank
this.
you.
We'll put this over here.
Now that this is done, what we,
Do you want your cover and put it, does it, so it melts the
yes,
cheese?
helps
go.
melt the cheese a little faster. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Maureen, I
Yep.
almost forgot to put something else in it.
Oh, little bit of oregano. Okay. We
Oh,
don't have fresh oregano.
Yes.
We are using dry.
and we have to take the cover off here.
That's always good, you know. Have fresh herbs.
Yes, oregano is a tricky herb because if you put it too much, it's gonna taste like a pizza or something on that idea. So you gotta put the right amount. That's a little more.
Oh, I can
Due to
smell
the
it.
volume of the food we have in the pot,
Yep.
I have to make sure that we have some.
I
Otherwise,
think that looks good.
okay, voila. We put it right here.
Okay, we always
So-
like to keep the kitchen clean.
Yes, we got this
You
over
got the rubbish
here.
next to you.
That's right. Thank you. And now we're gonna wait for the magic moment. Now that's been cooking in half hour or a little longer. Now we're gonna plate it. And we are going to be careful
that.
because it's very hot.
I'll take that.
Okay. So we need,
Now, with cooking with the cast iron, I've already shut off the burner, but it's still simmering a little bit because the cast iron will hold the heat.
yes.
So it's still cooking.
And now that we have everything cooked, we make sure that we're going to plate it in a way that it will look good, but it also it doesn't spill out. So we put one over here. We take another one here, and then we take some potato right here, maybe a little more, and then we
Oh, look how
Maureen, we
good
put
that
some
looks. Yep.
some good.
So we're going to
good
put a little
tasting
bit more cheese on it. Because you can never go wrong. Cheese is always good
That's
on
right.
everything.
So we put. Oh, hold on a second. I need a. It will be good. Okay,
And there we go.
and that's our beef pizza, beef Genovese style, old recipe. That it's not expensive to do it. It take about depends from the volume. It could take out of half hour or 45 minutes or even longer, depend how much you cook at the time. So this is we took us about, I would say, in between 35 to 45 minutes, and that's all done here. So anything else?
If you don't eat beef, it works well with chicken, works well with pork, and it's potatoes. So you can use it with any type of meat you want.
Yes, and this is it. So here is the disgruntled Italian with my
Maureen.
favorite Maureen, and that's what's cooking. So till next time, arrivederci.
Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.